Greetings. This is Paul the Poke from paulthepoke.com. Today's topic, trend update, ISIS, end of days in Mosul, Iraq, or what is ancient Nineveh. What we have here is a map of modern-day Iraq. Follow the cursor. We have Baghdad here in the center. Up to the north and a bit to the west is Mosul, or ancient Nineveh. And you can see Nineveh is stated right here. That's the region. They still refer to it as Nineveh. So the scripture reference is out of Nahum 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city, completely full of lies and pillage. Her prey never departs. Nahum 3, verse 3. Horsemen charging, swords flashing, spears gleaming, many slain, a mass of corpses and countless dead bodies. They stumble over the dead bodies. Now we're going to zoom in specifically to Mosul, in the area in and around Mosul. And ISIS is being cut off and surrounded multiple ways. One, you can see the main road coming in and out of Mosul from the west. ISIS is surrounded here. Kurds to the north, Iraqis to the south, and then they're being cut off and outflanked way out west by Iraqis and Kurds again. We will zoom east into Mosul, and the donut hole is getting much, much smaller. It appears ISIS is on the brink of defeat in Mosul, Iraq, or what is ancient Nineveh. And again, the circle around Mosul is getting smaller and smaller with each passing day. And again, the roads leading into Mosul from the west have been blocked and controlled by Iraqi forces. The east side of Mosul, east of the Tigris River, is controlled by Iraqi forces. And then all the bridges crossing the Tigris River are controlled by Iraqi forces. So ISIS has nowhere to go. And the liberation of ancient Nineveh from ISIS has been taking place for 7 months. Brigadier General Yahya Rasul estimates ISIS controls only 9% of western Mosul. Now, to look at this, it looks like they control a little bit more than that, but those are the estimates on the ground, according to Brigadier General Yahya Rasul of the Iraqis. ISIS forces are concentrated in the old city of Mosul, where the population is the densest and the streets are the narrowest. And that's down here in the south, the southern part of the gray area, which ISIS controls. That's where the majority of ISIS forces are located. Now, they continue with suicide car bombs, snipers, and the use of innocent human shields. And here's a quote. This is from Lieutenant General Qasim Nizal of Iraqi forces. And he quotes, Daesh, or ISIS, is drawing its last dying breath. Daesh fighters are broken and quickly retreating from fronts. Well, I don't know where they're going. They're completely surrounded. They seem to be stuck in this little hole in the middle. Now, unfortunately, with all the fighting, conditions in western Mosul, west of the Tigris, continue to decline. And it's estimated that 10,000 people a day are leaving the city. Now, those leaving the war-torn area face sniper fire and roadside bombs. And to make matters worse, summer is around the corner and temperatures are starting to rise. Now, last year in this part of the world, in 2016, during the summer, temperatures reached the upper 120s, and that's Fahrenheit. Temperatures have already climbed into the upper 90s Fahrenheit, so they've got 30 more degrees to go at the peak of summer heat. Food is scarce, and people are resorting to eating weeds. Water is obviously at a premium, and ISIS has damaged all 25 water plants west of Mosul, and it's estimated repairs may take up to 3 months. And airstrikes by both sides in the conflict have affected water supplies. Dead bodies floating in the Tigris River are health and safety considerations with the water supply as well. Now, people need to drink 2.5 gallons of water per day to stay hydrated in these conditions. Water wells provide water for the displaced. Water is treated and trucked into tent camps and Mosul. And the well water needs to be treated because of sulfur content and sanitation considerations. So we'll back out here just a little bit. Now, tent cities have been set up for stranded civilians, and they are out here to the east of downtown Mosul. 15 to 20 miles, it's estimated. So 1 inch from Mosul, somewhere probably out in this area, is where all the tent cities are being set up. And this is a quote from a 12-year-old Yusuf. And he states, "I'm glad it is safe here, but it's so boring and it's so hot. You don't even have a fan in our tent. Sleeping is hard and it's going to get hotter." And again, that's a quote from a 12-year-old boy named Yusuf. The United Nations estimates over 434,000 people have been displaced by conflict in western Mosul since January 2017. And then the UN estimates over 615,000 people have been moved, displaced, since the beginning of the intervention in October of 2016. So it's been 7 months since they've been clearing ISIS out of this area or city that is Mosul, Iraq, or ancient Nineveh per the Bible. Now, if you are interested in more detail in these stories, check out AlJazeera.com. Iraqi forces push ISIL, pocket Mosul. Also, www.independent.co.uk. Mosul battle, Iraq, latest refugees, water camps, UNICEF displaced and fighting. Not a good situation. And if you're further interested in this, there's a series of posts on all issues related to Mosul, ancient Nineveh, on paulthepoke.com. Keyword Mosul, Nineveh. So appreciate you guys watching. And thanks for listening. Take care.